Hello friends, it's Nikki and I'm going to be doing my August TBR. It is actually day one of the booktubeathon and I finished my first book and I am totally procrastinating reading my second or third or like doing any of the other challenges right now because I realized that I did not make my August TBR video. There's not going to be a lot on this month's TBR because the buses won't leave me alone. Because school starts in August and I'm going to be hella busy, as well as because of the booktubeathon right now. Whatever books I finish after tomorrow are counting towards like my August reads. So I decided to only put a few books on this month's list because I don't want to overwhelm myself and stress myself out before school starts and I'm already stressed out. Cars are just gonna go by. Oh my bad, a whole truck. Okay. The first book that I have on my TBR for August is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. Yes, it's because I want to see the movie. My best friend's texting me and it's gonna go off a lot, so I'm just gonna put it on my leg. This book follows a woman going to Singapore to meet her boyfriend's family and they're rich. Crazy rich. The thing about this book is that I had seen it everywhere at work, but I hadn't picked it up because I wasn't sure I had an interest in it until I saw the trailer for the movie. And then I was like, what? This looks like a lot of fun. And maybe it's just because I need a little bit of fun right now. I've also heard that the book is a super fun read, super, maybe not light, but it's a good time. And I was like, I'm in the mood for a good time. So my boyfriend bought the book for me and here we are. I'm going to try my best to read this before the movie comes out so that I could go see it, and this will be the first read, or what I have first on my list anyway. The second book that I have on my list for August is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I read my first Adam Silvera book in May, maybe? Anyways, it was more happy than not. I really liked it. It took me a long time to get into, and then once I did, I was like, oh, I understand. I had been at the library with my boyfriend and he picked up this book and said it looked interesting, and I was like, yeah, that's on my to-read list, and so I checked it out like a bajillion years ago and I still haven't read it yet, but I wanted to because I want him to read it with me because I know he wants to read it. The thing is that he wants to read it in paperback, which might seem kind of silly, but I totally understand. But the paperback for this book doesn't come out till December, and I know that we're both going to be very busy when school starts, especially him. I just wanted us, I really like reading books with him. I like reading the same book as him at the same time. It's just nice, So I went on Book Depository and I bought him the paperback. Worth it! Totally worth it! So the next time I see him, I'm just gonna pass this along to him and maybe we'll have like a nice reading date and start together. I don't know. If you don't know what it's about these two boys, Mateo and, what is his name? Rufus. They are both told or informed that they are going to die on this particular day. I know it takes place in New York City. I actually kind of already started it. I used a picture of him as a bookmark, but I only got about 10 pages in. I've also heard that this is going to rip my soul out, and I am always down for that. I'm always ready to have my soul ripped out, so I'm pretty excited for this book. The next book that I plan on reading in August is one that's been on my TBR on and off just because I've been a little bit scared of touching it, but it's pretty hyped and I've seen people pick it up that either would not normally read it or were kind of doubtful of it and it blew them out of the water, and I just grabbed it at the library because I saw it, and that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I know, this is like a booktube darling. My friend had told me about this book while we were at work because a lot of people were buying it, a lot of people were coming in for it and raving about it, and she decided to read it because she thought it was just going to be like, I don't know, she was doubtful as well, but she loved it. She came back and she was like, listen, the characters, you would love it. I think you would really like it. I know that this isn't normally like in what you like to read, but I think you would like it. I completely forgot about it until I started watching BookTube this spring and realized that everybody loves this book. To be honest with y'all, I really was convinced when I saw Lynn from Miss Lynn Reads read this because she said that she's not really a fantasy person normally, but she really ended up enjoying this and that gave me hope. And then literally the day after I checked it out, who uploads a video but Cindy from Read with Cindy. If you're not subscribed to her channel, what are you doing? If that's not proof that I'm going to love this book, I don't know what is. I'm a little bit intimidated by the size. I really do like this part though. I'm a little bit intimidated by the size, but I figure that once I get into it, I will fly right through it, because that's kind of what happened with the Lunar Chronicles, which I also thought I was not going to like, and then the next thing you know, I'm 3 books in and I'm a wreck. So, you know, have high hopes. And the last book that I want to read in August, I actually don't have a copy of because it comes out tomorrow, and that would be The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. I saw this book a couple of times on Twitter, just in some ads, but I wasn't paying much attention to it, just because I hadn't really seen anybody talk about it or about any of her books really. I was looking at some ebook deals on Kindle, and I noticed that there was another book, was like, I think like $1.99 or $2.99, and I just decided to buy it because it sounded interesting. I've been watching a lot of true crime videos on YouTube recently for some reason. I'm not really sure why, and so I was in the mood for a thriller. When I bought that book, it's called Little Monsters, same author. I really enjoyed it. I read the whole thing in a day, in a couple of hours. It was like 5. I'll talk about it more in my July wrap-up, but it's just really what I was in the mood to read. I'm really glad that I read it. So when I looked up the author and I saw The Cheerleaders, I was like, oh, so that's what's been floating around Twitter. Yeah, I'm gonna read that. I'm really tempted to go straight to the library that has it rather than request that it comes to my branch, because I just want to get my hands on it already. But I probably shouldn't, because I already have all of these other books to read, especially with the movie for Crazy Rich Asians coming out so soon, so I really only have like 2 weeks to finish it. I don't know, it's because I really am in the mood for a thriller. I need to chill. I just need to chill. I still have to get through like my booktubeathon books, so yeah. So, those are all the books that I have listed for this month that I hope to get through by the end of the month. These are the ones that I most definitely am going to say, yes, I'm going to read these. Again, like I said in my July TBR video, this is going to be pretty tentative because I am a library girl, and I will go into the library at least 50 times this month, and I will undoubtedly leave with no less than like 10 books. I'm glad I kept it short. I'm glad that it's only going to be 4 books that I aspire to get through, especially when school starts in like 4 weeks. If you're reading any of the books that I'm reading, or you have read any of the books that I'm planning on reading, like Six of Crows, you probably are. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you are planning on reading this month, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!